Mrs. Smith made an appointment with her provider to discuss fatigue. She completed the health center's annual substance use screen.
Your physical exam is normal, Mrs. Smith. I'm concerned about that tiredness and the lack of energy that brought you in today. We'll take a look at your thyroid, doing some lab tests, and I'll bring you back to go over the results of those.
Okay.
I noticed you filled out our drug questionnaire. May I take a look at it?
Sure.
And I'll score it. Okay, it looks like you scored a 2. We'll go over that in just a minute. Just to verify, looks like you did not drink alcohol.
No.
You do use drugs other than those required for medical reasons.
Just marijuana.
Marijuana. And what about any prescription medicines such as painkillers, sedatives, or stimulants for non-medical reasons?
No, none of those.
None of those. Okay. And how often do you use marijuana?
I'd say about 5 times a week.
Okay. So would it be okay if I showed you what that score means?
Yes.
On our chart here, if you look at this pyramid, it puts you in the at-risk category. It means that you could be at risk for health consequences if you continue to smoke in the way that you are now.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's a surprise to you.
Yeah.
That it could have some consequences.
Yeah.
And it can cause some of the same problems that smoking cigarettes can cause. What have you thought about your marijuana use? What are some of the things that you might be concerned about, if any?
Well, I thought the lack of energy could be a reason, and I can't help but lately feel guilt.
Tell me a little bit more about that, feeling guilty.
I guess I feel guilty because I have a young daughter, and just doing that around her, or her knowing.
Mm-hmm. So, for one thing, it affects you, possibly your health, and for another thing, you're concerned about your daughter, not wanting her to be around smoking marijuana.
Right.
Yeah, so you've done a lot of thinking about this, apparently.
Yes.
And what have you thought about doing about it, if anything?
Well, I guess I thought about cutting back and hopefully quitting.
Oh, okay. So you've thought about cutting back, perhaps fairly soon, and then eventually considering cutting out
Yes.
marijuana use.
Yes.
What would you cut back to?
Well, I guess to start, 3 times a week.
You know, I think that sounds like a good plan. Initially cutting back, seeing how that goes for you. We can have you come back and get your lab test results and check in on you to see how that's going for you.
Okay, great.
Like I said, I think this sounds like a good plan. If you have concerns, feel free to give us a call, and I'll look forward to seeing you back.
Thank you.